Try to think of your mind as a dog. When you first get a dog, it's gonna try to pull you and it's gonna try to control you and tell you where to go, what to do, and like you can't control it. But what you gotta understand is the dog is just excited and it's only doing what it thinks it knows how to do. You gotta try to control it and keep it right next to you so it knows, hey, you're walking right next to me. I'm the one in control. I'm the one that's telling us where we're gonna go. The mind is a great servant, but it is a terrible master. You have to condition your mind the same way you condition your body. They're both organisms and they both work to help you, but one can't work without the other. And if you think you could just train your body, you also got to train your mind too. The way you train your mind is obviously through meditation, through reading, through learning new things. But you got to understand the mind is a tough part to crack. It's like one of those tough nuts that's really hard to crack. It's because the mind's objective is literally to protect us. This makes the mind very, very, very stubborn. This is why you have to train it. I mean, the way to look at it is there's technically two minds. There's the conditioned mind. That's the one that you're currently living with. And it isn't your fault. Unfortunately, it's just the conditions that it's been passed down on from your parents, your teachers, friends, life events, things that you couldn't control, things that you thought were just normal. And the reason you can't attain the other part of the mind, which is your higher self, is because it's not easy to get there. Your mind tries to resist it because at every turn that it gets, it thinks, well, this isn't real. This isn't how life should be living. And the unfortunate part to that is you're technically almost always starting at level 1 every time you're trying to change your mind to go and think this is how I want it to be. And just like in a game, you don't want to just sit there and start over. So you kind of start resisting it and fighting it like, maybe this isn't real. This isn't the life that actually exists, but it truly does. All you have to do is try to master your thoughts and try to get yourself there by being the true master of your mind. You got to understand, your mind is just an observer. You are the true master. You're the one that's controlling and telling it what to do. You're the infinite being. If you want an example on how you can try to kind of control your mind, you got to try to think of your mind as a dog. When you first get a dog, it's going to try to pull you and it's going to try to control you and tell you where to go, what to do, and like you can't control it. But what you got to understand is the dog is just excited and it's only doing what it thinks it knows how to do. You got to try to control it and keep it right next to you so it knows, hey, you're walking right next to me. I'm the one in control. I'm the one that's telling us where we're going to go. Once you start doing this, the dog starts being more obedient and it starts following your every one direction. You technically have to do the same exact thing with your mind. See, what a lot of people don't understand is it's you that tells the dog where to go. The dog's excited to just be with you. Same thing with your mind. If you're letting your mind tell you where to go, your mind is the one that's excited to tell you what to do. But you got to control it and say, no, I'm the ultimate being. I'm the infinite being that's telling you what to do. This is what I believe. Now, at first it's going to seem very hard to do that because it's not the life you're living, but the life you're living right now is a reflection of your past thoughts. How you're living right now is what you technically created. If it's good, awesome, it's great. But if it's not good, it's technically what you wrote for yourself. But you got to understand, you're also the one who has the pen in your hand. You're the one who can constantly control and write new stories to how you want your mind to be and where you want to go. So if you're already deciding, oh, this is how things are going to be, this is how it is, okay, that's what you decided how it is and how it's going to be. Now, I'm not telling you to go crazy and be delusional or not be realistic, like, oh, tomorrow I'm going to have $1 million, because personally speaking, you don't even believe that yourself. Now, if you actually went into action by truly believing that that was true and being consistent in the thought that you knew that was true, constantly changing your whole worldview, knowing that that's true. Actually having some ideas that you could think to yourself to make it true, and actually following through on them, there is no way that you cannot say it's not going to be true. Look at every single millionaire and billionaire. Any successful person you know literally had a thought and they put it into action. And in most cases, most of them didn't even go to college or even have the capabilities to get there. It's the same with you. You can technically get there. You just have to believe, is this true? Is this who you really are? And if you don't believe that's who you really are and that's not true, it's not going to happen. So it's a good thing to sometimes be delusional, where you think to yourself, that's not happening. You know, you could be having a bad morning, a bad day, and you don't believe it's real. Just ignore it. You got to come to the point where you got to just accept things and know, it happened. Okay. Next. What's going to happen next? Once you start being a little less unbothered is when you're going to start being able to control yourself a lot more. Remember, you're the one with the pen. You're the one who's writing your life and choosing where you want to go. All you got to do is take control of it. Like I said, it's probably going to be tough to do in the beginning, but you just have to stay consistent at it. The more consistent you are at it, the more changes you'll start noticing that'll change. And the first few changes will probably come in the first week. Then bigger changes will come in the next month, even bigger changes in 6 months. But wait, if you don't stay consistent, you're not going to see these changes. And these changes might not stick. If you want them to stick, you got to make sure you truly believe in them. And if you truly believe in them, you're going to try to keep making sure that you do everything that's going to align your life in the same exact life that you're trying to achieve. Stay in touch, my friends.